What's the current state of play of 5G modems in Australia? Keep it simple, keep it real. Now this is more a video I'm going to do for myself, and I'm going to try to repeat this every quarter or maybe every 2 months, depending how things move and how I learn things. Today's video is for me an introduction for myself to just draw a line in the sand to say, okay, this is where I am at the moment. This is things that I've seen, this is things that I want to see, and I'm going to share this as I learn and as we go forward from here. What I'm going to do is create a table, and I'm going to manage this table for myself, and I'll share updates as we move along. The thing that I want to do is just highlight first of all that there are different shapes and flavors of 5G modems, just as with the 4G modems in general. So I for myself would say there's the obvious ones, which is the network operator provided solutions, the carrier grade stuff. They're the most important ones because they're the first ones that come out, and they're the obvious ones that people can get their hands on. Then there would be some off-the-shelf options, but that normally moves towards industrial or prosumer grade, so already a little bit higher end solutions. Really good solutions, performance-wise they're going to be phenomenal, but they may come at a price premium that's not always not acceptable, but realistic for many users, and that's the next level, and that's obviously the stuff that we could talk to and refer to on our website as well. Our goal would be to have solutions ready and the correct recommendations ready for the items that's available from the network operators, and then also provide solutions that's available for other end users. So let's go through a first summary of where I'm at the moment, and there's stuff that I need to learn. So this video is being shot not having everything ready yet, but there's some stuff already, some caveats that I do want to mention and highlight. First of all, if I look at Telstra, Telstra currently has, from what's available on general opportunities, Wi-Fi Pro. It's a compact ZTE MU500 dongle modem, looks like a bar of soap. There's the Nighthawk, used to be the M5, but the Nighthawk M5 is no longer available, and the M6 is now being released as the alternative solution to that. And then there is the 5G home router as well, which is the AW1000. I'm using that in the workshop as well. So first of all, on the Wi-Fi Pro, the ZTE MU500, the only thing we've learned is that we had trouble getting a 5G antenna working on the antenna ports. I might be wrong, maybe I missed something, but I've been struggling, and after a while I gave up when the Nighthawk M5 came up, and I said, well, this is it. It's a nice device, yes, I can get a connection to 5G, but the external antennas either is expecting to be 4G only or might be millimeter wave 5G, but as such, I couldn't get that working. The Nighthawk M5, not available anymore, so that's an easy one. The Nighthawk M6, we're waiting for our new stock. Once we have that, we'll see exactly what we can get out of that device. I believe the external ports should be 5G, but we'll test that and make sure. On the 5G home router, the AW1000, that modem led me to a previous video where I specifically referred to, do we know what exactly the two antenna ports are that's being routed to the external ports? I don't know. I don't know for sure. Even if you look on the inside, you see antennas in there, you see a whole raft of antennas in there. And I don't know what the function is of the two antennas that the manufacturer decided to route to the external ports. So I'd be cautious at this point to assume that I plug in an external antenna and I'm going to get phenomenally faster 5G speeds. Yes, you will get better reach in 4G. You are supposed to have that modem working in places that is not as good anymore, because then you will get a better connection because the external antennas is helping you, but it's going to help you on better 5G speeds. I haven't seen that happen. Now on Optus, the Nokia Fast Mobile, that's the one I'm using at home. That's a great little unit. It actually has 5 separate sets of antennas available for the modem to use to select which one is it going to use for the 5G connections. And you see when you boot it up, there's a LED on top that actually is searching through each of those to make sure I'm getting the best connection before it establishes itself. Says that's the way that I'm going to work. Hence also my video where I recommended using a directional antenna, because your modem only has a connection to one base station at any given time. There would be, the others would be still in communication, but the actual traffic is most likely going to happen predominantly through one base station only. There are videos online where people connect external antennas to the fast model. I believe in the United States it is possible to get a fast model with external antenna ports, but in Australia it is not. I wouldn't recommend opening your fast model to try and do something either, because you're actually messing around with what is something we don't fully understand, because that's obviously proprietary for Nokia for when they designed the modem. So I would say it is a great unit, it works as it is, but external antenna is not an option. Then Vodafone, I actually haven't really spent a lot of time because we don't get a lot of inquiries for 5G on Vodafone, but now that I look at it, they actually released, at least globally, the Vodafone GigaCube. Now the Vodafone GigaCube is the Huawei CPE Pro 5G. I have that one in my hand. I had it earlier as well because that's been around for a while as a 5G device. Works well, no issues with it. Again, the external antenna, there's two external antenna ports available. The two external antenna ports, if you look at it closely, seems not to be the 5G antennas. It seems to be 4G specifically. To me, it makes sense, because if you think, what's the purpose of an external antenna? Of course, a lot of customers want faster speed. So connect an antenna because I want faster internet. I get that. I understand why people would think like that. But that's not the purpose of an external antenna port from a lot of applications perspective, because you want people to have a connection when the signal is weak. So the purpose of an antenna is often to get connections where things are actually poor, not to just get faster speeds, whether it's good or it's better. That's the state of play on the network operator modems at the moment. It's going to be a different story in 3 months' time, I'm pretty sure of that. Now, on the industrial level and consumer level as well, there's a few things brewing, and I hope that we can have changes to what I'm about to say in the next 3 months as well. But in the industrial grade, what you can currently see is available is devices such as that from Milesight, PepWave, Comset, and Cradlepoint. There would probably be more. I didn't do an explicit investigation into those because we are waiting for a specific solution from our preferred supplier, Teltonika. And I actually am comfortable to tell people that the 4G connections is still great, it's awesome. Let's wait till we get a good solution, because once we get that solution, I can be very comfortable, very confident that when you have a Teltonika in your hand, it is going to be worth that little bit of extra money. It's not a completely prosumer, it's going to be this mid-level in the 5G level solution for you to consider. And there's also a few consumer solutions brewing that I'm hoping we'll get updates on, and then once that's available, we'll talk about those as well. The current spreadsheet is on our website. Have a look at the link below. The spreadsheet is a living document, so if there are any updates, I will make further updates as we go through this journey, and there might be some stuff missing. As I say, the focus is not on an elaborate list, because there's many people, many players in the world out there that everybody wants their say on what's going on. I just want to zoom down to a few realistic options, and in particular realistic options that customers that look at RF Shop for what can we do for them. Specifically here in Australia, the focus would be, I have this for my network operator, Telstra, Vodafone, or Optus, or I managed to get this from an online store such as rfshop.com.au or another one on Australia. What can I do to make it better? I hope this helps. This is a conversation starter. If you have any comments, let me know. If you want me to add certain data points to the spreadsheet, please let me know. Other than that, also let me know how you go, and subscribe to our channel so we can keep this as a living document and experience to get the best experience for everyone on 5G in Australia. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.